Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, back on the channel with another video. Today we are going to be discussing who I believe stadiums are in the top 10 stadiums in League 2 for the 2023-24 season. Remember to like and subscribe to this video. Apparently 93% of my viewers aren't subscribed, and just clicking that button is pretty simple and it helps me out massively, so it'd be muchly appreciated. Anyway, so let's get into this video. I feel like in this 2023-24 season, there's actually some amazing grounds in League 2 this season, as the likes of Wrexham and Notts County have gone up. But for 10th place, I have gone with Mansfield Town. They have a capacity of 9,000. They've actually had an unreal atmosphere all year round, to be honest. One of the blocks on one of the sides of the ground has an electric atmosphere. Every single home game, it's one of probably the most intimidating grounds to go to in League 2. But the fact I've put them 10th, they would be much higher, but the fact that they only really have 3 stands, the fourth one, I know there's houses behind it, so it's quite hard to build, but if they just had that 4th stand, then it will be 100% much higher than they are. But I've put Mansfield in 10th. For the team in 9th, I have gone with Doncaster Rovers. The ground's capacity is 15,000, which is unreal for League 2, but to be honest, they don't really fill it. Probably about half of it is even full, and usually they're nearly given about, if like the likes of Bradford, Mansfield, Grimsby come down, they're always selling it out, and they're literally bringing down 4,000. So I feel like if Doncaster definitely had a couple more fans and just fill up the stadium more, the atmosphere would actually be quite decent. When I went with Wimbledon, the atmosphere was a little bit dire, but definitely on like big FA Cup games and local rivalry games, the atmosphere has definitely been up there. So if they just sell it out a little bit more, then the ground, and I definitely put them higher than 9th, to be honest. But I've gone with Doncaster in 9th. For 8th place, I've gone with a team in the Midlands, Walsall. The capacity of the ground is 11,300. To be honest, I think it's a decent ground. I've been there a couple of times. It's quite next to the motorway and the train station, so it's quite easy to get to. But it's in a decent location as well. Fans usually take a lot, but it's definitely not one of those like usual bowls that most clubs have nowadays. As for example, Doncaster, they have just a usual bowl, but I feel like Walsall's ground is quite unique in a way. You have like 2 tiers on one of the behind the goals, and then the other 3 stands are quite old school in a way. So that's why, and their atmosphere is actually decent as well, to be honest. It's usually not that full nowadays, but when they've had FA Cup games down there, it's definitely been a decent atmosphere. So if they maybe filled it out a little bit more, then I'll definitely put them higher. But at the moment, I've gone with Walsall in 8th. In 7th place, I've gone with Tranmere Rovers. They play at Princeton Park, which has a near on capacity around 16,000, which is another unreal capacity for a League 2 club. I've been there a couple of times as well. It was in the cold a couple of years back near Christmas, but their atmosphere was actually decent. Some of these grounds is a little bit disappointing in League 2. If they were in higher leagues, then the ground would definitely be getting filled out every single week. But the games they've had in like FA Cup games and big local rivalries, then the atmosphere has actually been quite good at Tranmere, to be honest. The time I went there, it was a cold Saturday night, which no one really wanted to go watch Tranmere versus AFC Wimbledon. But the atmosphere was actually decent, so fair play. And the likes of Liverpool and Everton and Manchester United, which are only a couple miles away from Tranmere, and the fact that they're pretty much getting around 7,000-8,000 in a home game, every single game at home, is actually quite good for the teams around them, to be honest. So definitely, if it was full, I'd definitely put them higher. I think Tranmere is quite a unique ground. They have the cop behind the goal, which always has a decent atmosphere. But at the moment, I've put Tranmere in 7th. Now we move on to the top 6. I've put Swindon Town in the county ground, which holds 15,700. It's another one of those grounds, to be honest. They've had a very good average attendance, averaging around 10,000 every single week. I've actually been in the home and away, and in the home end, I went on the 1st of Jan when a couple of seasons back, as Swindon Town fans remember, they beat Northampton 5-2. It was actually a very good atmosphere. And I've also been in the away end, which is not really the best view. So it's behind the goal. It doesn't really look any better, to be honest, but if any team brings a lot, then it will definitely be a very good atmosphere. For example, when Swindon play Oxford, it will definitely be a good atmosphere because it's sold out home and away. But I think putting Swindon in 6th is quite good, to be honest. The atmosphere is good. The ground's a little bit unique. It's not like the rest. So I've put Swindon Town, the county ground, in 6th. And now we move on to the top 5 of the best stadiums in League 2 for the upcoming season. I've gone with my beloved AFC Wimbledon at Plough Lane. The ground holds 9,300, which another for League Two in a London club is absolutely unreal. I love Plough Lane, to be honest. I think most away fans, it's a new ground. It's been a very good atmosphere and attendances all year round, to be honest, this season. Last season, I think the average gate is around 7,500 to 8,000, which is absolutely unreal for a League Two club, to be honest. And most away fans have brought a very good amount of numbers down south to Wimbledon, so fair play to everyone that took. Most clubs, it's a very long journey going down to South Wimbledon, but overall, very, very good ground. So yeah, I've gone AFC Wimbledon in 5th. Probably some teams could counter them to go lower, but to be honest, for a new ground, it's been a very good atmosphere, to be honest, even though the state of Wimbledon right now, but the away attendances has been good, and I think most away fans have enjoyed going to Plough Lane this season, just due to the fact that everyone bloody wins there, to be honest. But yeah, I put AFC Wimbledon in 5th. Now we move on to 4th. I put Grimsby Town. They play at Blundell Park, which has a capacity around 9,000, which is actually another very good for League Two, to be honest. I didn't actually go to Blundell Park this season, but hopefully next season, in the upcoming season, I definitely will. It was the last game of the season, nothing to play for, so I thought, why not? It was 12:30 kickoff as well, so it's definitely a very long day, and there was no trains as well, but the atmosphere at Blundell Park, absolute credit to Grimsby fans. To be honest, they've had an unreal season, having an amazing FA Cup run, just coming up from the National League and finishing mid-table. Fair play. And their attendances away from home is actually insane. And most of the home games this season they've sold out. So you've got to give them credit. Definitely, I think 4th place is decent, to be honest. So I've put Grimsby Town in 4th. In 3rd place, we move on to the top 3. I've gone with Notts County, newly promoted Notts County, playing Meadow Lane, which has a capacity of 20,000. To be honest, it was mostly sold out or near on sellouts at Meadow Lane last season in the National League. Very, very good ground, very big ground for the National League and League Two, to be honest, having 20k. I think the away end is quite good, and many fans will definitely be looking forward to trying to sell out Notts County, as you do get a lot of tickets. I think it's around 3,000, 4,000 the away end holds if you get them all. So it's definitely a great away end and ground to go to. The atmosphere has actually been very good. I watched the Notts County versus Bournemouth. I actually went to the final as well, and Notts County fans were amazing. But the sellout that they had against Bournemouth in the semi-finals of the National League playoffs were actually insane. The limbs were insane. So massive credit to them coming up. I think they'll do well next season, to be honest. I've put Notts County, Meadow Lane in 3rd. And in 2nd place, I've gone with another newly promoted side as Wrexham. They play at the racecourse with 10,500 capacity. It's another one of those grounds. They have only got 3 stands at the moment, but with the expansion of the COP, it's going to be around 15,000. Fair play to Rob McElhenney and Ryan that are investing all this money into the squad, making them an unreal side. I know it's had mixed opinions, but to be honest, the atmosphere at Wrexham has been absolutely unreal for the past couple of seasons. Fair play to every single Wrexham fan. Their away support is unreal as well. And I think most League Two clubs are looking forward to the away day at Wrexham next season. I definitely am. I know a lot of Wimbledon fans that are as well. And it'll be decent. I think the away end holds around 1,000, to be honest. On 2 tiers as well, right next to the singing end. So definitely be a good atmosphere if the home and away ends are sold out. So I've gone with Wrexham in 2nd. And we are at the 1st place. I have gone with Bradford City. Just had to be. The ground holds 25,000 for a League Two club is unreal. Even for League One and Championship, it's absolutely unreal. For Bradford, fair play to them. The average attendance was around 18,000, which again is amazing for League Two. No other League Two club sees that. I think last season, the 2nd club was Stockport County, which had 8,700 average attendance. So fair play to every single Bradford City fan that has a season ticket. I think they sold over around 15,000 season tickets for a League Two club. Is amazing. The atmosphere is actually amazing. I remember Wimbledon played Bradford. We stayed up on the last day, 0-0 draw. We brought 2,000. It was an absolutely unreal day. So fair play to every single Bradford fan. Home and away following is unreal. So yeah, I have gone with Bradford 1st, Wrexham 2nd, and Notts County 3rd. And that is the end of the video of me discussing my opinion on the top 10 stadiums of League Two for the upcoming season. Please remember to like and subscribe. It absolutely massively helps me out. So yeah, goodbye.